Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing my thoughts and reaction to the immensely satisfying yet bittersweet series finale of The Strain. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, God. It was so damn good and so satisfying. Now, before I start talking too much and I go on and on and on, please be warned, this video is going to be full of massive spoilers regarding the series finale of The Strain. If you're not caught up on this show, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing the epic conclusion to the series. So you have been warned. Major spoilers are about to follow. So if you're not caught up, stop watching and listening. And if you are caught up, please keep watching and listening. That being said, this was satisfying. It hit on so many levels. I got exactly what I wanted to see. And this is what I wanted to see. And this is what we got. An epic final fight, a one-on-one fight between Quinlan and the Master. Our heroes all working together and taking down swarming Strigoi, which we got. We got, we also saw some meaningful sacrificial plays made. And, it was overall a happy ending. And I know that may sound a bit cliche and a bit sappy, but isn't that what we always want for our stories? Most of us anyway, a happy ending, even to the end of like a horror series like The Strain. Oh, man, and we got exactly all of that. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was getting pretty nervous there for a while because I thought, oh shit, I know they're going to kill Quinlan in this episode because his lifeline is connected to the Master. And even though the Quinlan didn't get to kill the Master, he did incapacitate the hell out of him. That was like one of the most epic throat rips I've ever seen in my life. That was so fucking cool. He was like, oh man, and it was so nasty too. Oh, it was satisfying though. It's like he may not have gotten to kill his dad, but at least he got to rip his throat out as the ultimate "fuck you, dad." Which is what I felt like that was, a symbolizing, was the ultimate middle finger to the Master from his bastard son. Oh, I didn't like seeing Quinlan die, though. That was hard to watch. But he did serve his purpose, and he helped. He did contribute to the end of the Master once and for all. So that's pretty damn good. But I was getting nervous there for a while. I thought, oh, not Fett. Please don't kill Fett. You know what? If you want to kill Gus or Quinlan, I can live with that. But actually, no, I don't know if I would have been okay with Gus, because Gus was a pretty badass character too. And he survived. The guy survived. I loved it. He survived. And, I was like, oh, no, not Fett. Please, not Fett. And then as soon as Zach got forced into the elevator as well, and F saw that, and F, knowing how much Dutch and Fett love each other, or at least really like each other, and F realizing his son was a lost cause overall, I think that's when he decided, as soon as he stepped in the elevator, he kind of gave them a knowing look, because he did this, where he's like, click, and then he shoots himself down there. I was like, oh, F, I see what you're doing. Okay. And you know what? Remember how I've been talking about my previous episode reviews over this past season, how Zach may do something that would ultimately redeem himself? I believe that is what happened in this episode. Now, some of you may hate me for saying this, but I do believe Zach redeemed himself in this episode. He still carried out the original plan. I think he saw his father going for the remote detonator, and at this point he had come to his senses and realized he couldn't kill his own father, and that he loved him after all along. And he told him, like, I hope you can hear me because I love you. And sure enough, as they embrace, and it was kind of beautiful in a sense, because he was hugging his father right as he hit the button and they both died. So at least they went out together. And it also makes sense that they would choose for F to be the sacrificial lamb instead of Fett, because, F has lost his wife, he lost his lover, Nora, back in season 2, and he was never going to be in a long-term relationship with Dutch. He thought he had lost his son, so it makes sense that F would become the expendable one, and it makes total sense that Zach and F would go out together. And as tragic as that sounds, it's rather fitting. And then we're left with an ending where a few of our standing characters are characters who've got big potential futures lying ahead of them. I also love how Fett, who's now taken over the voiceover responsibilities from Satrakian, explaining what happened, how there's a time jump 5 years later, the world is slowly rebuilding itself, the sun is coming back out, and how they've kept 3 Strigoi alive. And even Fett says, what could go wrong, right? Which was awesome. And then oh man, it was just so satisfying too. And I also loved how they were able to bring back the awesome David Bradley to play Satrakian one last time, and it was for a big flashback too. I think it was like going all the way back to season 1 is when that flashback was supposed to have occurred. So at least we got to see one final scene with Satrakian in the series finale. So I'm glad they were able to bring David Bradley back in order to do that. So that's great. I also loved how this kind of wrapped up a lot of loose ends because, as Fett explained in the voiceover, Gus left the city and went off to go find the girl that he fell in love with back in season 3 and her family, and then start a new life with her most likely. So that's pretty awesome. That puts a smile on my face. This whole episode put a smile on my face, except for the part where the Master was regurgitating himself into F, and it was disgusting and nasty, and it was it was just gross. But at the same time, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna know all of his thoughts, and he knows what their plan is. Oh shit, he's not gonna set off the bomb. But fortunately, young Zach was observant enough to figure it out and hit the detonator himself, because I thought, oh no, please don't end this where the Master continues to live and they continue to fight. Please don't let it end that way. Thank God it didn't. Oh man, as bittersweet as it was in terms of series finales, this one was pretty damn satisfying and pretty damn awesome. I mean, we got to see an awesome showdown between Quinlan and the Master. We saw our heroes taking down dozens of swarming Strigoi, lots of awesome Strigoi kills. We saw some awesome sacrificial plays. Hell, that henchman, or one of Kareem's guys, who is now Gus's guy, even though he knew he was infected, he took himself out and a bunch of Strigoi with a freaking grenade. It's like he knew he was dying, but he took out a bunch of enemies, and that was awesome. And then poor Marcus, and I felt bad for Gus too. And Marcus, I don't think he was trying to keep it a secret. I think he wanted to be as quick as possible. And I loved how Gus got that message, put a pillow up so he wouldn't have to watch him kill his own friend, and then put him out of his misery. That was kind of sad, but it was also, it was good of Gus to do that. Oh man, just so much happened in tonight's episode. And in terms of, like I said, in terms of finales, this one is right up there, I think, with one of the best series finales. And this might be one of the best episodes of The Strain. That may be a bit of a stretch because there have been some pretty remarkable episodes, but this one was definitely ranks up there in terms of awesomeness. Oh man, I am going to miss doing the reviews for this show. I have enjoyed this show. I've been a fan since season 1. Unfortunately, I didn't start reviewing it until season 2, but at least I got to do seasons 2 through 4 with you guys. So what did you guys think of the series finale? Please leave your thoughts, opinions, and feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. As usual, you may disagree with one another, of course. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Just please keep it civil and be respectful. Also, make sure you subscribe to The Edward for more television reviews in the future for current and upcoming new series as well. Guys, it has been so much fun doing reviews for The Strain for you guys, and I love how you guys reach out with your feedback, your comments, your input, and I hope you certainly do that for this final Strain video here on The Edward. All right, you guys, have a great rest of the night. Get off to a good start tomorrow with a fresh new week. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.